Hey guys, Wizard59 here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we got yet another episode of custom LEGO Star Wars sets. So this is going to be a series that I'll probably be doing every month or every 2 months. But for those of you who do not know, I have an Instagram account called Wizard59 on which I post photos of custom LEGO Star Wars sets that I've made. So basically what I do is go into a LEGO Digital Designer, make some mocks, then go into Photoshop and make box art for them and make it as if these were real sets. So all these sets that you see here are made by me in LEGO Digital Designer. These are not real sets, but again, I like to make box art for them, and I post these photos of these sets on my Instagram. And again, I know many of you don't have Instagram, so for those who don't, I like to make videos on them also, so you can kind of see all the sets I've made. And again, I've done, I believe, 2 episodes of this in the past, so this is episode 3. But again, without further ado, let's go and get started. If you do have Instagram, definitely be sure to check it out. Some of these sets were again made almost a month ago, so it's definitely, if you have Instagram, it's a lot better because you can see these sets right as they come out. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first set I made here is the Mandalore Palace Attack. Now this was actually a very cool set. I'd always wanted to make something related to Mandalore, and so I ended up just making a bit of a playset of the Duchess of Teen's Palace. Now this was actually a pretty fun set to make. It was kind of challenging because, again, with these kind of playsets, you don't. It's just kind of challenging to build. Overall, pictures-wise, also there wasn't as much good reference, especially for the exterior. So this is what I came up with, and I'm really happy. So basically what we have here is a section of Duchess of Teen's Palace with all the glass windows. You have a bit of an entranceway, and then of course you have those kind of seats where the kind of, I guess, the council members sit. You've seen that in a couple Clone Wars episodes. Of course, I got a few Mandalorians, Duchess of Teen's guards. We got Obi-Wan and Maul dueling. So this is actually a pretty cool set. This would be, again, 423 pieces. Probably retail for like $40–50. I think this would be a nice play set and would, again, have some really cool figures in it. So there it is, a look at the Mandalore Palace Attack. Next off, this is a set I've wanted LEGO to make forever, so I ended up going ahead and making my own version. But this is the Separatist Super Tank. This was seen in an episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars called Droid Factory, I believe. And this would be a great $40 set. Again, here's a look at the build. I made it in the tan color, and I think it looks terrific. There is an interior to it. Sadly, I didn't actually take a picture of it, but basically on the interior, you do have a seat for a droid, and then you have a blaster on the very top, as well as a few blasters on the side. So this is a really cool build. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I really do wish LEGO will release a version of this set in the future. In terms of minifigures, again, I just included Shinoshin Battle Droid, Mace Windu, and a clone. Again, 350 pieces. It'd probably be a great $40 set. But again, here's a look at it. You can see a nice look at the background, a cool Geonosis background with some explosions and lasers. But anyways, there's a look at the Separatist Super Tank. The next set I made, this is probably one of my favorites. This is the Republic Light Cruiser. Now this is actually seen in various episodes of the Clone Wars, and I'm very surprised LEGO has not made a set of this, so I ended up going ahead and making my own. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. This definitely was quite time consuming, but I really love how it turned out. So you can see a look at the build, and we'll look at the box art there with Admiral Yularen, a cool figure. But anyways, moving along to the actual build, you can see the nice exterior. You have some nice red highlights throughout. And yes, it does have an interior. Basically what you could see is I tried to use as many reference pictures as I could to make it as accurate as possible, but not making it too detailed such that it's still believable that it would be a LEGO set. This would be a great $120 set. Again, you can kind of see, look at the nice detailing throughout the build, and then also in the back you have the engine detailing, as well as a better look at some of the blasters and red highlights. So there we have a look at this Republic Light Cruiser, a very cool set, and I really hope LEGO does make it one day in the future. The next mock set I made here is the Battle on Umbaran the Umbaran arc was my favorite in the Clone Wars, so I had to make a version of it in Lego. So here's a look. This is the kind of opening scene of the first episode. We have Anakin, Fives, and ATRT, and they are attacking one of the Umbaran Hovertanks. Really fun build to make. I really like that those kind of like, not spring-loaded shooters, but those missile cannons. I ended up actually using those, implementing a bit of play feature in it, so I thought that was really cool. But again, you can see nice color usage with dark blue and dark gray, and then you get our ATRT as well as the minifigure. So this was a great set, really fun set to build, and I really hope LEGO makes one in the future. Alright, and the next mock set here is the Trade Federation Landing Craft. Now this is a set I wanted forever, and I'm really happy with this model that I made. So overall, you could see it includes 957 pieces, so this would be a nice $110 set, maybe even $120. This would include again Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Jar Jar, battle droids, and a pilot. So this would be a very cool set to have. It does have interior, which we'll take a look at, but in terms of the actual build, I really enjoyed making this. You can see we have various, it's mostly in tan with some dark tan highlights, and I really like how that's turned out. You can kind of see just overall the wings. That was actually quite a bit of fun to make. Overall, this was a pretty, it was a bit of a challenging build to make, just because of kind of the type of shape and how much support the wings need for them to actually be held up. So that was actually quite a bit of fun to make, but overall I'm really happy with it. You can kind of see a look at the back side with the engines, and you got some of the back paneling. So overall I think it looks terrific, and yes, it does have an interior, which you can see right here. So on the top you have space for 2 pilots, so I think that was really cool, including an interior. Again, the only challenge was, the big thing was that because this is again out of scale, adding an interior that kind of gave the ship a bit of like justice it deserved. Like, it's a great build, but at the same time it's kind of limited as to what you can do with it in Lego, but I think it looks pretty good. So nice interior. You can see a couple of control panels and seats, and then in terms of the back, you can actually fit 2 STAP or STAP vehicles in the back. I thought that was really cool. That was something that definitely needed to happen, because you can't actually fit MTTs or AATs inside, so I thought I had to fit some sort of vehicle, so I ended up fitting the STAP or STAP. But anyways, there is a look at the Separatist landing craft, and let's go ahead and move on. Next off, this is another great set. I'm a huge fan of Kashyyyk just in general, that battle, all the vehicles in it, so I had to make a new version of the Wookie Catamaran. Great build. So this was actually a lot of fun to make. I used a lot of dark orange as well as the reddish brown, so I thought that was nice colors. I really wanted to make it accurate as it was to the actual vehicle. The 2005 set wasn't as accurate, so I wanted to make it as accurate as possible. The set does come with the ATRT as well as a couple of scout troopers in the 41st Elite outfit in the green. Overall, I kind of wanted to pay homage to the 2005 set, so I tried to include, I once again included Luminara and Yoda, as well as Chewbacca and in this case Chief Tarful. So I kind of wanted to stay as close to that original set because I just thought that was a great set, really enjoyed it. And then here's a look at the Wookie Catamaran itself. It does have that white, the clear Technic piece to actually keep it for support, to keep it actually together. Without that, it would definitely fall apart. But again, there's a look at the Wookie Catamaran. Really love how it turned out. Love those dark orange highlights. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the UTAT. Here's a look at the UTAT. Now this was probably a challenging build. I had many times before tried to attempt to make a UTAT, but I just couldn't. This was such, for some reason, a challenging build to make. Finally, just worked and finally got it to a point where I really liked how it looked. Again, I tried to have as many callbacks to the ATTE as possible because the UTAT is a variant of the ATTE. It was, I believe, manufactured by the same people, and it was specifically made because the ATTE could not go on certain surfaces, so they literally modified it to have it hover. But again, this was a great build. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. We need some Galactic Marines and Commander Bakara, so I ended up including variants of those in the set. We also have Ki-Adi-Mundi. Fun fact, LDD, or at least the version I have, does not have a Ki-Adi-Mundi headpiece, so I ended up including Patrick's. But anyways, here's a look at the back of it. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. You could see a look. I used the same exact ATTE main blaster because it's pretty similar, and then even the front section is made. Part of it is using the 2013 ATTE set kind of panel in the front. So I think that's really awesome, and you can see a look at those blasters on the very front. And then here's a better look at the front view. Here you can see again those like sections at the bottom, as well as the two main large blasters. And again, you could see the cockpit area is modeled after the ATTE. And in terms of the interior, it can fit 12 troops inside. So actually, it could fit 12 troops in the main compartment. Then there's two other sections with the control paneling for 14. And then you have your main pilot. So 15 minifigures on the interior, plus the figure on the top. So you can fit 16 minifigures total. So I think that's a great amount of figs you can fit in there. But anyways, there's a look at the UTAT. And finally, the most recent build I made, this is the Separatist MTT. This was one, again, I've always wanted to see a Separatist version of the MTT, and I'm so glad that I was really able to capture its design. This was, again, a bit of a challenging one, just because of the fact that just the way the colors are on that build, it's really hard to translate into Lego. But again, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Here's a look at the box art. You can see some of the Ryloth in the background. That's kind of what I made this set based off of. So I got the ATRT, got Mace Windu, Sham Syndulla, as well as some battle droids. And again, I love how that MTT looks. I ended up using the I believe 2015 version of the MTT, because I felt that's the set Lego would use if they were to make a Separatist variant of it. They wouldn't go back to the 2007 one. But there you go. And then here's a look at the MTT. Again, I think it looks terrific. This picture especially really makes it look amazing. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. You can see various different highlights, blues, light bluish, gray. I really love the kind of color and contrast, and this is one I'd love to actually make in Lego physically and have a review out. Alright, and then quickly looking at the back, again you can see some of the more detailing on the back. I kind of kept the same play feature where you can fit a STA pure stap on the interior, because there was a stap in that scene in the Liberty on Ryloth episode, so I ended up just keeping that in. But there is a look at the Separatist MTT. Alright, but anyways, there you go. So there was a look at some more custom LEGO Star Wars sets. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming very soon. Definitely don't forget to check out my Instagram to get looks at the new mock sets I'm making. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Let me know which one of these were your favorite. Let me know that down in the comments below. Stay tuned. More videos coming very soon. Actually, this Friday, today is April 1st. This Friday will be when my next video comes out, and you'll definitely enjoy it, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is BrickWizard59. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up would be great. Do not forget to subscribe. So I'll see you all next time.